Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup, where we're going to cover the games that are going to take place tomorrow in the four major regions. There were no games today, so what I chose to watch was, I don't know how many times I'm going to forget to set up that microphone properly or wipe my glasses a little bit before I start the video, but nevertheless, this morning I watched Saigon Buffalo and Team Secret duke it out in the VCS, which is what I would consider the sixth strongest region, the second strongest minor region behind the PCS. Saigon Buffalo being the second seed, Team Secret being the third seed, or vice versa. I don't really recall, but I watched it, and later today I'm going to do a video separate from this one where I go over some minor region things, because no major regions played today, so why not? Maybe watch a little LJL, maybe look back at Detonation Focus Me versus Sengoku Gaming, those two playing against each other, maybe some PCS games, maybe CBLOL playoffs, Latin America, LCO, I don't, whatever kind of, looks like there was a decent matchup to go over. So that might happen later today. Not necessarily going over the games, but what my vibes are off of a very brief look at these teams, just the tip of the iceberg. I know that watching one series is not enough to really verify what a team is. I feel like that's the wrong thing to do. But so you came to this video to get the roundup for the day, sneak peek for tomorrow. So tomorrow, LNG and EDG, we have them in the loser bracket of the LPL. Winner goes on to play top or JDG? I don't know which one they go on to play. Loser of top and JDG, I guess, right? So LNG 8 and 8, 9th in the power rankings. Power rankings come out tomorrow. EDG 5th, 11 and 5. EDG lost to top 3-2 the last time they were on the Rift. Very contested series. LNG got steamrolled by JDG 3-0. They played week 8, day 2. EDG winning 2-0. Flandre 11, 4 and 10. So I've highlighted Viper versus Light, but it's a lot bigger than that, so we're going to go over this as I have the other series thus far. If LNG do not decide to put Ale on Ornn, Gragas, Sejuani, and things of that nature, they are going to lose. Ale was good against the top laners that he was better than outright. You're looking along the way here as he was coming up. Not better than Bin, but he was able to take care of Rich and other top laners on his way. But now, after playing against 369 and getting dumpstered, I do not expect him to do very well against Flandre. The coach should have swapped him out onto tanks after game 1 and how terrible laning phase it went. They did not, and in the end they get 3-0'd. So they need to do that so Tarzan can play towards mid and help Duanbe, because Scout has the edge over Duanbe. I do believe Tarzan has the edge in jungle for sure over JJ. That's without a doubt. I think he can do a lot more than JJ can, and I think that he is just outright better. It's just facts of the situation. I think he's better. So Duanbe and Scout, Tarzan has to affect that matchup, because if not, Scout's going to take advantage of it. You saw at the end of the top and EDG series, once Knight started getting some decent picks, the Silas, especially, Knight took over Scout, and Scout ended up, going 9-9 and 24 or something after starting off the series quite well. So that's a thing. I don't think Duanbe is really that type of mid laner to do that. He is obviously more of a facilitator. That's what he's known for. Some odd picks and things like that. And I think that game 3, they did not want to give a real good look to the rest of the competition, so they pulled out like Zach Renekton jungle mid and just said, screw it, we're going to lose against JDG 3-0. So hopefully they have something up their sleeve for EDG. Hopefully they play topside differently. Now, bot side between Light and Viper. Light, struggled against Hope and Missing. That's without a doubt. I feel like the LNG bot lane did struggle. The LNG bot lane had been coming off some great series, but he had played Zeri a lot, and even when he played Zeri, there were issues. So, EDG, Viper can play a lot more things than Hope can, and can play a lot more than Light can. So in this matchup, if Viper is allowed to do whatever he wants, he will win. I think that is pretty simple. I think that EDG could definitely win through bot. They can win through top. They can win through mid. I just don't think they can win through jungle. And LNG needs to get creative to possibly win this series. If Light can keep Viper under control and, you know, maybe steal a game, maybe we have a series on our hands. Oops. But I really don't foresee that. I was drinking the LNG Kool-Aid. I'm not going to lie. I predicted them to beat JDG 3-2, and it was the complete opposite of that, a complete blowout by JDG. And I'm no longer drinking the Kool-Aid. I see the issues now. I'm no longer blurred, you know, blinders on. I see what the issue may be with LNG, and EDG have been the other team that got hot at the right time, and their loss to top was a lot more respectable, very close game 5. You know, you could see EDG beating top later on. So that's that for that series. LCS, TSM, and FlyQuest in the losers bracket. I think this is close as well. Despite the records, TSM being 6-12, Fly being 10-8, they went 1-1 during the regular split. Week 4, day 2, TSM won. Instinct 8-6. I believe that was when he had his penta on Zeri. And then week 8, day 3, FlyQuest would win on the final day of regular season. Johnson going 13-4-4 on a Sivir. And I believe in that series, that game, I had Spica and Jose Dioto as the players to watch as well. And the way I kind of look at this is it is really all about the junglers. Which jungler can help their mid laner more? I believe jungle mid is what's to watch. And you may say to yourself, well, why is Instinct and Johnson on there? Well, those two players are the ones that in the late game took over, had the best KDA, right? But we know that FlyQuest's strong suit is Jose Dioto and Takui. And I believe TSM's strong suit is Spica, and then I guess Maple, right? I guess because in a playoff format, best of 5, I feel like Maple is going to thrive. World-class player, goes to Worlds and is competitive, and that is important. I believe for a situation like this, where we have FlyQuest, a young team that has not really been in a moment like this when it comes to Phillip and Takui. Obviously, Afromu's been around the block. Let's not kid ourselves, right? Johnson, not many big moments like this. And I mean, like I just said, the solo laners, Takui is somebody that needs to show up, but he is young, and there's a possibility he just doesn't, right? That Maple could take advantage of him in this matchup. Spica versus Jose. Game 1, Spica really took advantage of Jose. It was not the case the second time around. Second time around, though, TSM's loss to FlyQuest was a lot closer than when TSM blew out FlyQuest in the first time they played each other. And that was in the early stages of when TSM had started swapping their roster around, and they still didn't even have Solo in top lane. And honestly, in a best of 5 situation, I prefer Solo over Phillip. So there's a situation here where honestly, like, and I said it in my LCS wrap-up, which ruffled some feathers because 5th through 7th I had TSM, CLG, and FlyQuest, or FlyQuest CLG, and some people, you know, said, why would TSM be better than them? And honestly, I think it is because of being in moments like this before. I think experience plays a role in it. I think that a player like Maple can really, he can do more than Afro can, right? Because Afro, obviously, very experienced as well. But at the support role, how much is he going to be able to affect other lanes? You know, unless he roams, but at the same time, I think he's got to be attached to Johnson's hip. Otherwise, Johnson's going to struggle. Johnson needs Afro, and otherwise, Instinct and Chime, I think, could actually do some work in bot lane. And, I mean, I think this series is going to be close. I'm probably leaning TSM just because I had TSM 5th. And I think Maple is a player that gets the job done in a situation like this. But it all comes down to the junglers in the end. Who affects mid lane more? Top lane might have to affect top lane, because although Solo could just play tank, Solo can do anything up there at like a 7 out of 10. And Phillip could coin flip a 5 and lose a lane, you know, in a couple games, honestly. In bot lane, I think bot lane is pretty. I mean, FlyQuest favored, probably, but FlyQuest also play very, very slow games. So if TSM can play Smash Mouth League of Legends, early game League of Legends, I think they win. Um, that's the thing. Like Fly have won a lot of games in the late game, just like CLG have. I feel like so. If you can get in their face early, you have a chance to open up a lead, and FlyQuest might not be in a position to come back. So that's it for my not LCS, but my LOL Esports Roundup for today. Comment down below, what your opinions are. Subscribe to the channel so you're notified when I upload later today and in the future. Go to the Discord. The link is in the description if you'd like to place your predictions, or join the chat. We talk about the games as they go on. This morning, talking about a lot of different things. Talking about a little bit of drama, which wasn't even related to the VCS, but it was interesting nonetheless. And talking about how the VCS might fare against the 4 major regions and things like that. So, like I said, thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.